at warhorsecasino.com. Warhorse Casino Lincoln, just minutes from downtown at Highway 77 and West Denton Road. Why not today? Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
Ready to upgrade your combine with new technology to make your harvest more efficient, meaning more money in your pocket? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help find the right combine for harvest. Plus, when you purchase a pre-owned combine from Landmark, you are backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network, along with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you up and running, reducing downtime. View inventory online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
So he can maybe run.
So like speed option, those things, all you want to do.
Speed. I can't see him.
It's also. Oh,
Uh-oh.
Look what you did. Look what you did. Look at Bill.
Down.
Come on
Just
now.
calm down.
I don't say anything about semicolons or should there be a
Word
parentheses or
Too many commas over there.
Too many
Come on.
run-on sentences. Don't talk about that. It's not my wheelhouse.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning. Rappin' with Rico and former All-American quarterback Steve Taylor, Nebraska Football Hall of Famer.
Blitz is on. Taylor picks it up. Fires. Touchdown, Nebraska.
Canadian Football League Grey Cup champion.
Taylor again wide open.
And first-team All-American quarterback Steve Taylor.
5 for Steve Taylor. That is a new Nebraska record.
Two-time Nebraska high school track and field state runner-up and two-time captain for the University of Nebraska Kearney track and field team, Enrique Alvarez Clary, better known as Rico. Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, this is Rappin' with Rico and former All-American quarterback Steve Taylor.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome in. This is Rappin' with Rico and former All-American quarterback Steve Taylor. I am Rico, joined by the one, the only Steve Taylor. Sir, how are you? That is fantastic, good sir. That is fantastic. It's a new year. It's the same us, new us. I don't know, however you want to say it.
Season. Now we're ready to go, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
That small burst in during football season, that was just the preseason. We're ready to go.
Preseason, yeah,
ready
get
to
your
go
feet
now.
wet, wet the seals a little bit.
Yeah. You were gone to a much warmer climate.
Yes.
Last week. Tell us about your trip.
Oh, dude, some fire throwing buddies and Arbor Links buddies went down to a TPC Sawgrass.
Oh,
you know what that is, right?
I have heard
the famous par 3 Island Green, and 2 days of golf. They got two great courses. They got the TPC, then they got this other course called it's a Pete Dye course.
Okay,
and that's actually the better course, believe it or not.
Okay,
but it was just nostalgic, man. It was like first class all the way. I didn't play very good golf. I made some birdies though.
I was to say, how'd you do?
I doubled that hole. I hit it right at the pin. And the wind knocked it down and hit the railroad tie.
Oh,
beautiful shot. It looked like it was going to be a hole in one.
You were feeling good for.
I was feeling good. I was feeling good.
Quick second,
just like they feel on TV.
Yeah,
I had that feeling.
You were doing a little lean back.
I was like, go, and boom, it got knocked down. So It's pretty intimidating, but no, we just had a great time. Good golf, good guys. It was a great experience.
You know what else was doing that little lean back? Lean back, go, 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 go. Nebraska basketball last night.
They didn't lean back. They went.
It went in.
They went.
It went in.
Oh,
Nebraska men's basketball upsets the Purdue Boilermakers. Not just the
That's
Purdue
crazy.
Boilermakers. The number one team
in the country.
Purdue Boilermakers.
And Purdue played well. I mean, it wasn't like Purdue had an off night. They played well.
No, and look, they have the defending national player of the year, Zach Edey in the middle.
Yep.
7 foot, 7'4", 7'5", however tall
Something
he is. He's
like
a
that.
monster. He's a beast. But Nebraska took it to him.
Everyone took it to him.
Went right at Purdue, no fear.
Yeah.
Got it done. And to the score of 88-72.
Collectively as a unit, I mean, they had all the energy. They played their roles. They did their thing, and it wasn't anything out of the ordinary. I've liked this team the whole year since I've been to about a dozen games or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's there, and it's tough to play on the road anyway in the vault. But the threes they were knocking down, the big men were banging it in there, making things happen. No, it was just a great game. It was good. I was really happy for them. I was really happy for Fred.
Oh, yeah. That's the signature win he's been looking for.
Yeah, it's a big one.
And he finally gets it.
It's a big one.
Against Purdue again. Nebraska, if you remember last year, at home against Purdue, I don't know if they were number one. They were top 5 in the nation. I don't remember exactly what their ranking was. You guys can correct me on that. 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, Starter Heyman text line. I believe it was last year. Derek Walker running that point center role that he does was taking it right to Zach Edey. And Nebraska was doing, they weren't blowing Purdue out like they were, not blowing them out, but didn't have like a large lead, but they were right there with Purdue step for step last season. They just couldn't finish the job. This one, step for step, take a lead, keep the lead. Yeah. Purdue fights back, gets it to within 2-3 points at one point in the second. And when the second half starts, Nebraska calls a timeout and just keeps it going, just keeps their foot on the gas and is able to outlast Purdue at home. Again, they were close last year, couldn't get it done. And this year they finally finish it.
I'm going to go on record, which is this is not a big leap or anything.
Okay,
they're going to make the tournament this year.
Okay,
and they're going to win the first game, which they haven't done.
First game ever.
This
is the year. This is
the year. They're going to do it.
Okay,
it's going to happen.
That's on record. You guys heard it.
It's on record.
You guys heard it.
It's not like it's a it's a big leap to say that.
I don't think it is. Especially after this. So they have wins over the Michigan State one's looking better and better every week. Although I think they lost this last one. But either way, they beat Michigan State at home. They beat Purdue at home. They go on the road and beat a pretty good Kansas State team as well.
Oh, yeah.
They have a pretty nice resume so far. The Minnesota loss is looking better because Minnesota's continuing to win. So they have a pretty nice resume so far. And look, the season's not even close.
If they can get the 19 or 20 wins, right? What are we at now? 11? 12? Something like that? If they can get there.
Yeah.
I think it's going to happen.
That was the magical number that was set by, a couple of people here at the station. It was if you can get to 19 wins.
19, 20 wins, you got a good and you have a signature win.
And you have that
which
now.
Is what they have.
Yeah.
I think we can get in.
You might not be, a top 10 seed, but you might get into the tournament regardless.
Dude, why can't they win the tournament? They can win the Big Ten tournament. Why can't you?
You're going to need to get at least one bye. You're not going to start from day one. And then that's the lower 4 seeds or the lower whatever seeds. If you start from day one, that's tough because they've done it before where you don't have any expectations going in because you're one of the lower seeds and you're going through and you beat the first 2, but then look, you're playing 3 games in a row back to back to back.
I don't care. If you beat the number one team if you beat the number one team in the country, you have the ability to beat any team.
Oh, that's true.
In collegiate sports.
This team looks fantastic. Keisei Tominaga doing his thing. CJ Wilcher, look, I don't care what he did last year. This year, CJ Wilcher is
that was a good game for them. Now their confidence can go to another level. But now that they know that they can do it, it can be done.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. I'm just saying.
Look, the transfers that came in playing well. Rink Mass, like you said, banging
man.
bodies with the big man.
Gary's healthy. He's a baller, dude.
Getting offensive rebounds, being 6'6". Bryce Williams, who I believe that he was questionable to even play because he had a rolled ankle that he rolled in the previous game, and he comes into this one and almost gives you a triple-double.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's some cool stuff.
If he would have been able to finish that triple-double, that would have been historic.
Yeah.
A triple-double in the win against the number one team at home. They stormed the court. Matt Rule, Trev Alberts.
Just the win in its entirety is awesome. Forget the individual performances, just the win collectively as a unit. What they did, it was pretty cool.
Like you said, the signature win for Fred Hoiberg.
That's awesome.
Finally,
and
here.
could not happen to a better guy.
No,
it really couldn't.
You know, he got
Fred's a genuinely good guy.
The water bath in the locker room afterwards.
I missed that one. Okay.
So you got, they throw the water on him and everything.
Oh,
So
they
he's
got him.
excited.
Huh?
They got
Okay.
him. They got him. I don't think he was going to avoid it either. I think he accepted that.
Well,
that was going to happen.
they couldn't catch Harbaugh. I guess he's been eluding that. So
they got him at the end after and we're gonna. We'll get to the national. We'll get to that right now. Look, congratulations to Nebraska men's basketball again for upsetting the Purdue Boilermakers. 13-3 overall, 3-2 in the Big Ten.
So they're 13-3.
13-3.
They're very close to
13-3. And look, if they keep playing the way that they're playing, I don't see why they couldn't get possibly 20 plus wins.
I think
it's a possibility.
Yeah,
it's a possibility. They got Iowa on Friday, and Iowa not playing very good basketball.
Was that home or away?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
I believe that one is home.
It's home.
But
I didn't have to go to that.
Get you that 14th win on the season.
Got to check my ticket source. Now I may not get the tickets now because they're going to go to all the games now. Now that we're balling, now that we're basketball school.
Nebraska's an everything school.
Yeah,
they're finally except for football.
I was talking to a guy today. I went to one of my I went to 84 Lumber today just to look at some stuff. And of course, they try to spin this how this is going to help Nebraska football. I'm like, man, just give Nebraska ball their due respect. It's going to help them. Just because Rule run out there on the court,
every other sport winning
great
is going
moment.
to help. That's what everybody does. Well, this win,
it's going to help basketball.
Look,
it's going to help football. I'm like, let's
volleyball getting national runner-up and men's basketball up seeding number 1.
We just need to carry our weight. We got to carry our weight. We got to do our part. So leave everyone else alone. Yeah. Let them enjoy their success and their victories, and we have to earn ours. We can't piggyback off ball. We're done piggybacking off volleyball and basketball.
Everything goes back to football.
And soccer.
That's
track.
the rule, apparently. That's how it works.
We're piggybacking off of everything.
Exactly.
All right, let's change the subject.
Figure it out.
Okay.
Football Fridays at Iowa for basketball. Thank you, Marcus.
Okay.
Thank you all for letting
Is it
me
on
know.
Peacock?
I hate that.
Like the Big Ten does not have enough money. Okay.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah.
Not a fan of Peacock. But it's fine. It's fine. But football, national championship.
Yeah.
What were your immediate?
I was happy until I was talking
thoughts,
to you in the thing. What?
Immediate thoughts after it hits zeros and Michigan's the champion.
My immediate thoughts are this: you're an entirely different quarterback when you got a clean pocket. Anyone can look like an All-American or Heisman candidate when you got a clean. Not anyone, but it helps the cause a great deal. I felt sorry for Penix. He took a beating, man.
He got beat up, and I was upset.
It's not. I mean, he took a beating when you face a team. I mean, what their D-line was doing was amazing. They were just bull rushing people, running right through them. I mean, the quarterback couldn't. He was backpedaling, throwing the football 65% of the time.
They were talking about how great he was throwing, on a not a clean.
He didn't have a clean pocket, man. His pocket was just collapsing all the time.
Like not clean footwork or whatever. They were talking about how great he was and how his arm strength and everything. But it's different. It's different when there's a difference between not having a nice surf. I'm trying to think of the word that I'm trying to think of, but
a clean pocket, dude, and you can get planted. You can throw the football when you're backpedaling and moving side to side.
Being able to throw off your back foot, against
he was under duress.
Washington
65% of the time, man.
Yeah,
he was under duress.
It was tough. It was tough
to play quarterback.
I was upset just because I wanted. And look, he got hurt decently early in that one. They said something was up with his ankle pretty early in the game.
The running back,
and the Penix. That's what they said, and I was upset because I wanted to see them at their top tier. I wanted to see everybody healthy. But
they were, dude.
But look, Michigan came out swinging. I mean, 2 runs by Donovan Edwards, 2 touchdowns, 40 plus yards, both of them. He had 2 rushes for 80 some yards and 2 touchdowns out the gate.
Yeah.
And that's the backup running back for Michigan. Yeah. And look, Washington never really recovered. They end the second quarter going into the second half with a touchdown. They get the ball back and immediately in the second half, throw an interception. First play from scrimmage. And after that, it was all Michigan.
Well, pretty much Michigan from the start.
Pretty much.
From the start. But just a great performance, man. The team was so prepared with what they did. And it was nice to watch good, solid football.
Mm-hmm.
A defensive team, offensive team, ball control, running the football, applying pressure on them. It was great. And so it was. You have to tip your hat off to Michigan and give them kudos, man. What Harbaugh has done in 5-6 years? How many years have he been there? He has 3 Big Ten championships, 3 College Bowl series appearances in relatively 5 or 6 years.
Michigan was this close to firing him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, think about the state of collegiate sports and how they treat their coaches and everything. I mean, and we had a guy here that we gave him the keys to the kingdom. In the 5 years, he took the program so far back, it was ridiculous. And then Harbaugh does what he does at Michigan and other coaches around the country. So we know that it can be done if you get the right guy, obviously, right? And stick with him. So, and I think Rule can do that. It's a tall order, but he can do that. And so now I'm just going to sit back and relax and just watch it and see what we do. But it was nice to watch Michigan do what they did. Man.
So, I mean,
it's pretty amazing.
You're talking about the former coach for Nebraska.
Yeah.
And watching Washington's offense, all of the window dressing before the snap, it reminded me, except it was,
window dressing. What do you mean window dressing?
All of the movement before the snap, everybody moving around for Washington. It reminded me of what was attempted to happen here at Nebraska. But the way that they were able to
get to the quarterback.
I'm talking about Washington. The way that they were able to execute their plays after everybody's moving around and Penix's ability to read a defense and get the ball out. It didn't happen against Michigan, but just all season he was able to do it. That is the type of offense that we thought we were going to see, for the past, obviously not last year, but before, again, with the window dressing. And it was just, I love that kind of offense. Like, it's just so much fun to watch when a quarterback can just pick apart a defense and the arm strength and the talent and the anticipation that he has to fit the ball into the smallest windows. What do you think, for the next level? Because he's a senior, he doesn't have any more eligibility, so he'll be going into the NFL draft. What do you think of Penix's ability for the next level?
Well, he has a strong arm. The thing with him is injury. He needs to stay healthy. I mean, so he's one of those quarterbacks that you need to protect. You get concerned when he's outside the pocket. So his durability will be an issue with that. But the guy can throw the football. He can spin it, and he can read coverages, good size and everything. So I like all that. So now it's just a matter of getting into the right system, so he should have opportunity. It's just being healthy is with him. I mean, he got beat up last week. He took a lot of hits. Yeah. And these kids at the next level are going to be bigger and stronger.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the biggest concern on him, I would think, going into the draft. Otherwise, and he's had what, 2 good years or 1 good year, really? Last year was okay, maybe.
3.
No, really. This is really the year.
Well, he had the 1 year at Indiana.
Yeah.
And then he had last year, he led the league, or led the nation in passing yards. He was one of the best quarterbacks last year, and then does it again this year. So he's had three good years.
Yeah, he just needs to stay healthy.
And the last 2 years he was injury free, and you saw what he could do. But he had the 1 year at Indiana, and then just injury. Anything
at the next level, a lot of it has to do with getting into the right situation. I mean, the NFL, the next level is so different as far as getting into the right mesh, the right system, the right coaching staff. If you get some help from your defense, if you got a supporting cast offensively, that can help that transition a great deal. So it just depends on where he goes to, and if he can stay healthy. That's the thing with him. But the guy can spin it just as good as anyone. He can throw it.
So they're not going to have him next year. They'll have Will Rogers.
Oh, so it's going to be a new team next year.
The transfer quarterback from Mississippi State. Yeah, he's going to be the new quarterback up there. They got their first taste of Big Ten football against Michigan. They'll be in the Big Ten next year.
Don't say it like that. I mean, what? It's not Big Ten football, buddy.
Michigan is.
Of course, but we're in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't say like Big Ten football.
What do you mean?
It's just football, man. It's just football.
Well, they're different. The conferences play different styles of football.
Okay, I'm not going to argue with this. I'm the expert here with this. Okay, what? I'm just telling you.
They do.
You can't say Big Ten football. Rutgers is in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Nebraska's in the Big Ten. Illinois is in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Right? So those teams aren't Michigan.
No, but they play the same style.
No.
Rutgers and Illinois and Michigan play the same style.
I told you I'm not going to argue with you about this, man.
What?
It's not the Big Ten. It's football. It's football. Look what Alabama does. Look what Georgia does. Look what all those teams do, dude.
Yeah.
It's just football. You have to be physical. That's it. It's physical.
But the Big Ten.
Don't say the Big Ten.
When you think of the Big Ten, You're thinking of more, the big burly guys, the snow, the cold.
That's the people who don't know football.
But then when you look at the Pac-12,
I'm telling
it's
you,
a faster style. When you look at the Big 12, it's a faster
Jesus.
style.
Okay, I'm not gonna argue with you. You like my daughters. I'm not gonna argue.
What?
Because I know what I'm talking about.
So do I.
This is when you put on Judge Judy right now.
I know what I'm talking about.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
I'm telling you, don't do. Football is football. Michigan was just a more physical team.
Yeah, we're in Big Ten style.
No, it's not Big Ten style. What are we? Is Nebraska a physical team?
They were.
Okay,
they were more physical this year.
Oh, see, when they're in the Big 8, were they physical?
Yeah.
When Oklahoma was in the Big 8, were they physical?
Yeah.
Okay, then. There you go. It's football.
But is the Big 12 physical now?
What?
No, it's not.
What are you talking? I told you. I'm not going to argue with you about this. I know what I'm talking about.
We'll go to a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about Harbaugh and the Michigan cheating scandal.
Yeah.
And what's the next move for Harbaugh? What is he going to do? Is he going to stay in college? Is he going to go to the NFL? What happens if he leaves? What happens if he stays? Will the NCAA Will the NCAA impose any penalties on the Michigan Wolverines? We'll talk about that next. Rappin with Rico and former All-American quarterback Steve Taylor here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest, quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ready to upgrade your combine with new technology to make your harvest more efficient, meaning more money in your pocket? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help find the right combine for harvest. Plus, when you purchase a pre-owned combine from Landmark, you are backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network, along with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you up and running, reducing downtime. View inventory online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with 4 Lincoln locations, but now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs. Concrete Industries, a Nebco company, has immediate job openings for precast production laborers. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $20 per hour and a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard, increase security, and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Electrical Enterprises in Roca reminds you the men and women of our military dedicate themselves to serving our country. Their commitment and courage keep our country safe and strong. We appreciate their bravery. Let us honor those who've lost their lives in the line of duty and salute those serving today. From Electrical Enterprises in Roca, for your residential and commercial electrical construction needs, call 402-438-5822. Wishing you and yours a happy and healthy new year.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Back to Rappin' with Rico and former All-American quarterback Steve Taylor. The 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. Rappin' with Rico, former All-American quarterback Steve Taylor. I'm Rico, joined by Steve Taylor here on the wonderful airwaves of 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com, and over the streaming platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, or X, however you want to call it, and Allo Channel 961. We moved channels because it allows us to cover the entire state of Nebraska. Omaha, Lincoln, all the way up to Scottsbluff, I believe Valentine. We're everywhere. Anywhere you got Allo, if you got your Allo TV services, you can get us. Switch it over to Allo Channel 961, and you can watch us whenever. We're here.
All right. Are you done debating now?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
but we won't talk about it anymore.
You can always talk about it. That's what makes America great. Yeah. It's a democracy.
Yeah. But I do want to talk about something that you were also passionate about.
Yeah, and we didn't agree on that deal.
No,
well,
we
go
don't.
ahead.
Michigan, who I think people forget, they were caught cheating earlier this season.
And what world was that?
They were caught cheating earlier this season.
And what happened? Nothing.
And Harbaugh got suspended for 3 games. He had 2 separate 3-game suspensions this season, and people seem to forget. They Connor Stallions.
They whitewashed it. They whitewashed
Look,
it.
they did something. I don't know. But the Connor Stallions and the whole cheating allegations of the sign stealing for Michigan kind of got swept under the rug. They make the playoffs. They get through the semifinal round. They win the national championship. And people seem to forget that they did get in trouble earlier in the season. So my question is, with all of this looming, with a potential NCAA penalties looming over Michigan, does Harbaugh, after finally bringing a national championship to Michigan, make the bolt for the NFL where, if Michigan does get in trouble, he's not going to have to face any penalties? Or does he stick with Michigan after, again, finally winning a national championship?
Well, what are you asking me, first of all? You got like
is he leaving or is he staying?
That's one question. I don't know.
What do you think? What do you think he should do?
I don't know. He can do whatever he wants. If I'm him, probably, I don't know what I don't know what his aspirations are. I would say, I don't know. I really don't. I don't know. I really don't. I don't really care. He's won a national championship.
Mm-hmm.
He has not won a Super Bowl.
Nope.
So if you want to win a Super Bowl, then you leave. It's that simple. If you want, and he doesn't want to deal with all this other stuff,
and
then you go to NFL and accomplish that. So if you ask me that, I would say leave. If he doesn't care about winning a Super Bowl, then you stay where you are. I don't know what he wants to do, man. I really don't.
To me, I think it's less about the Super Bowl and more about,
how can you say it's less about the Super Bowl?
Not wanting to get not wanting to have to deal with any of the penalties that
Who
I think the
cares?
NCAA should levy on Michigan.
That's BS, man.
So
The damage
to me, the damage is done, but
it's not there. No, the damage is not done.
The NCAA can go back and look. You can never take away the win. Like, it's there. It's on video. They have the trophy.
They
you can take the trophy away.
They could have controlled the narrative with that.
They should have, but they didn't.
Okay, so now it's irrelevant. It's
it'd
irrelevant.
be like what they did with USC after Pete
It's
Carroll
irrelevant.
left.
No one cares.
Yeah, some people care.
They don't.
After Pete Carroll left USC, that's when all of the penalties from everything that had happened there were levied to USC. And they had postseason bans.
No one cared.
They had wins taken away.
No one cared.
I feel like a lot of people cared.
Only one cared. No, the only person that cared was Reggie Bush. Because he's the one that really got penalized.
Yeah, he got his Heisman taken.
He lost his Heisman. Otherwise,
now he's petitioning to get it back.
They still kept their national championship.
They had wins taken away, so they went from whenever they were ranked into.
That's a whole different season. No one cares. It's done. It's over.
Some people care.
No, I'm telling you, they don't, man. Look at the big picture. They don't. They don't care right now that he cheated and they won the national championship.
It did affect them in the years.
Let's say
after
let's say this: the people that it matters to did not care. The people that it mattered to that were in position to penalize Michigan for cheating, if that's what they were doing. If they were caught cheating and it was proven, they should have forfeited those games that they cheated. Therefore, they would not have been able to win the Big Ten championship, and they would not have played. That would have been the fair and equitable thing to do. But in our society, this is what we did. So they had no damages for the 2023 season, none, and that's the year that they cheated. So every player's gonna get a ring. Every player's gonna get all the whatever comes with that.
Exactly.
Harbaugh has the national championship.
Yep.
Who cares what happens after that? It's a whole nother year because they're losing players, so they're not going to be the same team anyway.
Yeah.
So it's irrelevant. It's totally irrelevant, man. So they got away with it. They got away. There's no. That's like you.
But
no, that's like you stealing $2 million.
Okay.
Right. And they come back and say, you know what? You got to pay taxes on that. You can keep the $2 million. You just got to pay taxes on it.
Okay. I'm losing some of the money.
You're not. You got to pay taxes. It's like, who cares? You get to keep your money. The money that you stole, you get to keep. Yeah. There's no penalty.
Well, the taxes are the penalty.
Well, no, you got to pay taxes. I'm being silly. I
know.
There's no damage to you. There's no damage. There's no damage whatsoever.
There's no damage. See, that's the thing is there's no damage to Harbaugh.
There's no damage to the University of Michigan.
There's
no damage
because if they do what they did to USC, they take scholarships away and they levy a postseason ban.
There's no damage in the
Therefore, you're not going to be able to.
There's no damage in the year that occurred. They got the national championship.
They
got everything
that
came along with it. They get the rings
after. That's what I'm talking. It's the years
it's
after.
Irrelevant, dude. They may not. Who cares?
If he stays, you and this happens, you're losing scholarships. You can't recruit as many players because you're not going to have as many players on your roster. So you can't bring in as many high caliber players that you want to. You're not going to be able to go to a postseason. Even then, the high caliber players that go there, we're not going to be able to play in a bowl game. We're not going to be able to play in a Big Ten championship, even if we're undefeated, because of what happened back in 2023. We can't do this. So you're going to lose out on some of those players. That's what happened to USC. They lost scholarships.
Really?
I
don't even think that's
and they didn't, and they weren't able to get as many high caliber players because look, at the end of the season, once you hit that final regular season game, you're done. You're not going to a bowl game. Even if you're undefeated, you're not going to the national championship. None of that's happening because of what happened before you even got there. And that's what's going to happen because that's a lot of money in missing a postseason, missing a bowl game that Michigan is going to lose out on. And that's why I don't think Harbaugh's going to stay because he might see the writing on the wall where, a couple of years from now, maybe even next year, I don't know, whenever the NCAA decides to do it, all of these things are going to happen.
First of all, what makes you think that's going to happen?
I don't know.
All right. Is he being investigated now?
Well, that's why he got suspended.
That's done. He got suspended. He was done.
That was his punishment. They haven't done anything in the university yet.
That's precisely the university self-imposed the first suspension.
That was a separate incident.
That's what I'm talking about. The first suspension was self-imposed by the university. Was it not? Judge Judy, yes or no?
With the first suspension? Yes.
Okay, right? So nothing there, right?
But that was, again, a separate incident.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That was the first incident. The second incident, right? Was
the cheating, the sign stealing.
Was by the commissioner. So you're saying that the NC2A during this whole year could not have done an investigation, penalized them during the course of the year. That was not done. So either they overlooked it because of what was going on with
Why,
Michigan.
I think they're getting more. Like, they penalized him and they're still getting more.
He was guilty. The Big Ten must have done an investigation and found them to be guilty. You would think the NC2A would have been doing their investigation.
They could do a separate one.
Yeah,
they could still be doing it.
Okay, but the point is they did this deliberately to not affect this year.
Yeah.
And this year is the one that matters.
This
is the year that matters.
I understand that, but I'm saying years going forward.
No one cares, man. Next year, no one cares.
I feel like a lot of people care.
No, they're not. I mean, Ohio State could be a different team. Nebraska could be a different team. And Michigan may not even be in the fold next year. They're losing all their star players, dude.
But
they're
going
to be a different team. No, but I'm saying they're going to be a different team. They may not even be a national caliber championship team anyway. They may not. So my point is, they did something wrong this year. So
yes,
they should have been penalized this year, and they were not.
That's not how that happens.
Well, that's the way it should happen.
That's how it should, but they have to do the investigation. And if they don't have enough information at the end of the year, you can't tell Michigan can't go into the playoff if you don't have all of the information that you need. So after this year is done and they continue to do their investigation,
you're giving me a headache here, dude.
And they get more information,
and they just agree
find
with me?
all of this, but because I don't.
All right, man. You disappoint me then.
Why?
That you don't think that they should have been penalized this year.
I'm not saying that they shouldn't have. I think they should have.
Okay, then. So
but you can't because you didn't have everything. They're still looking into it. They're still trying to find more.
Okay, man. All right. My buddy just texted me.
Okay.
They could have done an investigation, and they could have penalized University of Michigan, but they chose not to. That's it. Wait, well, first of all, okay, let's back up. Did the Big Ten do an investigation?
I believe they did. I believe they did a separate one.
Okay, so the Big Ten,
and I think they're the ones that suspended him for the 3-game suspension at the end of the season.
So if the Big Ten was able to do a thorough investigation during this caliber year, the NC2A could have done that as well. Yes or no?
I probably. But I feel like they're getting more information.
They could have, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they chose not to do that.
I don't know if they chose not to.
They chose not to do it because they didn't do it. Because they could have done it. The Big Ten did it. They had a thorough investigation. They had enough evidence to find him guilty, and they penalized him. So the NC2A could have done that as well if they wanted to. But we all know why they didn't. We all know why. Because they'd have been thrown out of the national championship running, and it'd been a force. So they chose to overlook it, to push it back, to penalize them in the future. Which, fine. Penalize them in the future. But yet and still, for the teams that they cheated, right, their crimes go unpunished for this year, which is when it happened. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, dude. That would have been a fair and equitable thing to do. They were caught cheating. They should have been banned this year. They should have had consequences this year. Because this is when it happened. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't right and it wasn't fair.
And I agree with that part.
Yeah. Now, they get punished in the next couple of years of scholarship. You can get around that, dude. You can get around that. All right.
Why not if they take your scholarships away?
Dude, you can pay someone NIL money and not give them a scholarship. That's where they're going anyway with this stuff now.
We'll see going forward. We'll be right back.
That's what they're doing.
We'll be right back. Rapping with Rico and former All-American quarterback Steve Taylor, 93.7 The Ticket.
Discover a healthier, happier you with Weight Loss Professional Nutrition. We are not about quick fixes, but real, sustainable change. With our advanced nutrition plans, expertly designed by our certified nutritionists, we're with you at every step on your weight loss journey. Step into the world of well-being with Weight Loss Professional Nutrition, where we believe in the power of smart diet choices. Visit weightlossprofessionalnutrition.com today or call 800-597-3991 to get 30% off your first month and start your transformation. A new you is just a click away, or a call to 800-597-3991.
We wait all pro football season for the big game. But will you come out on top? Warhorse Festival of Games is putting you at the center of the action with 2 chances to win big. Earn entries for our $100,000 prop card challenge daily at Warhorse Casino Lincoln. Enjoy slots, sports wagering, and horse racing. Then make your picks about the big game to be eligible to win. Qualifying entries will also be put in the running for your share of the $20,000 grand prize drawing. Increase your luck for the drawing by playing free online games on the Festival of Games website. Skip the trip to Vegas and get in on the big game right here at Lincoln's favorite place to play. And if that's not enough, our $1 Million Bracket Challenge for college basketball is coming soon. Full details are online at warhorsecasino.com. Warhorse Casino Lincoln, just minutes from downtown at Highway 77 and West Enton Road. Why not today? Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Is your furnace or heat pump ready for winter? Call Bryant to schedule your home heating check. Comfortable, safe, efficient. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hello, everybody. It's Charlie Stone, and here with me is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I hear that new Honda manufacturing continues to go up, and you have new Hondas in stock now.
That's correct, Charlie. We have more than 40 new Hondas in stock right now. It's great that a customer can come in and buy a new Honda and drive it home that day. New Honda inventory keeps getting better each month.
Okay, then. How about used cars, Andy?
We have more than 100 pre-owned vehicles to choose from right now, and a lot of fresh trade-ins are coming in daily. We have just about every maker model you can imagine in any price range.
Thanks again, Andy. People love the selection and great service at Honda of Lincoln. Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Introducing The Outlet by Sartor Heyman. The Outlet brings you luxurious Sartor Heyman quality jewelry at unbeatable prices. Shop our expansive inventory of overstocked merchandise and a vast estate collection that just hasn't found its home yet. This is your chance to own stunning designer jewelry at a fraction of the cost. Elevate your style at The Outlet by Sartor Heyman, where luxury and affordability meet. Downtown at 12th and O or online at sartorheyman.com.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
If Ewers throws that ball to the front pylon, Texas might have tied that game up and had a chance to win it.
That moment right there, it's one of those moments that every young man dreams about. There's two outcomes in that moment. You're a gamer or you tense up.
You're a gamer, you're a goner.
Or you're a goner.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to Rappin' with Rico and former All-American quarterback Steve Taylor on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. Snowy Wednesday. Yeah. Well, I guess it's not snowing now, but there's snow all over. Icy. Please be careful when you're driving. I almost slid out of my
no more snow
this morning.
I've been shoveling way too much snow.
I think it's supposed to snow next week.
I got like 2 houses I had. One of my rentals and one of my spec houses I had to go shovel.
You know what the worst part of shoveling is?
What?
Is when you drive out of you back out and you drive on your driveway over the snow and then you have to shovel afterwards because then that's just packed down.
Well, you don't do that, Rico.
So you get
you
yeah,
clear,
we gotta leave early in the morning. I don't want to wake up at 6 a.m. and shovel.
But you clear the path that you're going to back out in. That's what you do.
I'm not that good.
What you got to think ahead. That's what I do. I clear the path. If I don't get the whole thing done, I just clear the path. I'm going to back out. That way you don't have it packed down.
I'd miss the path. I already know me.
Yeah,
I'd miss it. I'd be all over.
We named our show from Rapping with Rico to Arguing with Rico.
Go ahead. Let's do it. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for.
All right.
Look. That's what I do best, right?
Yeah. I stopped drinking on my birthday, January 7th. For some reason, I'm just going to see if I can do it.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was watching Good Morning America, and this one lady said she saved $50,000 because she stopped drinking.
Wow.
Yeah. And then what prompted this was I was watching Good Morning America, and they got that famous doctor in there, that black doctor, and he was saying, if you drink, you don't sleep very well, chance of diabetes, you gain weight, and all these negative things about drinking, right? And then it came up that because they had this huge special, that this woman saved like nearly $50,000 from not drinking.
Wow.
And I thought to myself, like, those are a lot of pros to not drink, or a lot of cons, or pros and cons, right? Yeah. So I was like, it's my birthday, New Year.
Why not?
Why not just try something different?
Is that your resolution?
It's not really a resolution. It's more so like I was thinking, like, what does drinking do for me, really? It doesn't really do anything for me. Except I argue more with my kids and my wife. So I was like, I'm tired of arguing with her because I'm tired of arguing enough with you now. So I want to be done with that,
That's
right?
what it's for.
So I was like, I'm just going to try it.
Is it all year, or are you just?
I'm just going to stop drinking. Yeah.
No, not all. Is it? Are you done, or is it just?
I think I'm done. I was going back and forth. I had a conversation coming back with a good friend of mine. He's a great golfer. He's one of the nicest guys in the world. We're in Dallas, just having a dinner, Minneapolis, waiting for our last flight to come back to Lincoln. And he was just telling me about his life and everything. And he just said, I just decided to stop drinking. That's what he said.
Just decided.
He just said he just decided to stop because it just wasn't bringing any value to his life. He's a great guy. Great guy. Do a lot of business with him. And I had ordered a beer right there, right?
And you were like, oh.
I was drinking a little beer. I just, I don't really drink beer. I was just sipping it just to pass the time.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking to myself, like, you know what? I'm going to be 57. And I saw a lot of drunk guys on this trip. Like they were drunk. And
like drunk?
Yeah, they were just drunk. They're having a good time and they were just drunk, right? And I was like, they slobber on you, they hug you, they do all these things. They don't know what they're talking about. They're argumentative. And I'm thinking like, and I was sober, right? And I'm older now. And these are young kids. They're just having a great time. And it just hit me. I was like, well, what is alcohol really doing for me? And there's just way too many pros. So I said, you know what? I don't know if it's a good time or not. And I was trying to cut back. And my kids are older now and everything. And I just said, you know what? And my dad was an alcoholic. I'm not alcoholic or nothing. No problems right there. Nothing like that or nothing. But I have friends that are in recovery. And I just said to myself, I was going to just drink less.
Yeah.
I was going to drink on certain days or special occasions. And I really want to lose some weight. I really do, man.
That's a part of it.
I can't lose any weight. And so I thought it's a win-win-win-win-win if I just stop drinking. So I haven't had a drink in 2 days since my birthday. No, I didn't drink on my birthday since the 6th.
Okay.
Not a drink. But after our show today, I was tempted to go have a drink.
You're welcome.
Or during our show. So we'll see.
You're
Anyway,
welcome.
enough
I
of
did
that.
for you.
Enough of that.
I ruined it for you. You're welcome.
No, enough of that. No, you didn't ruin it for me because it's all good. It's all good.
Nebraska football gets a couple transfer portal commits over this last weekend.
We did?
Last week.
Running back, right? Or something?
Yep. Dante Dowdle, the running back, I think he was a 4-star coming out of high school.
Is he any good?
He was the number 8 running back coming out of high school.
Okay, that's how long ago was that?
I think 2 years ago.
Okay, so what happened at Oregon?
So he has 3 years, or maybe it had been.
What happened at Oregon?
I think it might have been last year.
So
he was just buried behind more experienced guys.
So he was buried behind better players.
Yeah.
Okay. So once again, we get a player that's a leftover player.
Well, I don't know about a leftover.
What do you call
very
it?
Talented
What do you call it?
Well, it's just somebody who's buried behind.
He wasn't talented enough
some
to
older
play
players
at Oregon.
Well, I think he was. They recruited him because they thought he was talented enough to play.
Well, of course, you recruit guys that you think are talented. Sometimes they're not. They end up not being that talented.
I feel like you're not as excited as everybody else was.
No, I told you I don't get excited until I see him play, dude. I don't. I don't. I'm not being negative or Debbie Downer, dude. Like,
this is a big get.
How do you feel?
He's a good player.
Okay, we'll find out.
Okay, so I think he's.
We got Purdy. Where Purdy was a 5-star, right?
4-star.
4-star to Florida State.
Yep,
we got him right.
Yep.
Okay, how's that working?
He's going somewhere else.
I'm just saying, right?
I get it.
And I can name many others, right? I'm just saying. I'm just calling it like it is.
I get it.
Nothing against him.
They also got a transfer wide receiver from Texas, Isaiah Nayer.
What year is he?
He has 2 years. He started his career at Wyoming.
Wait. No. He started at Wyoming.
Yes.
And what happened at Wyoming?
He went off. Was one of the best deep threats in college football. Wanted more, so he transferred to Texas.
Okay.
Tore his ACL before the season started.
Okay.
Recovered. Came back this year.
Yes.
And you saw the wide receivers they had. He was.
What do you mean? Every good school have good players, dude. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
He got buried on the depth chart. Only played one game. Now he's transferring to Nebraska.
Once again, got buried on the depth chart. Those are your words.
You know who else got buried on the depth chart?
I'm just going off what you said.
Trey
man.
Palmer.
Wait a minute now.
I'm not comparing the two. I'm just saying if we're going buried on the depth chart.
That's not a fair assessment.
He was buried on the depth chart.
You're not. No. See, you're like my wife now. You're not. You're commingling things.
How?
Because Trey Palmer came here because of Mickey Joseph.
Yeah.
It wasn't because he was not going to play at Florida State. Now, they had better players there, but they had great players. So if he would have stayed at Florida State, if Mickey would have stayed at Florida State, Trey would have stayed there. I mean, at LSU, Trey would have stayed there.
Yeah.
So that's not a fair analogy. Trey came here because of Mickey Joseph.
Okay. But it's also a guy.
No. So I'm just telling you, he came here because of Mickey Joseph.
Yes.
So that's why he came here.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just going to clear that up. So make that very clear. And he knew that Mickey was a great vehicle to get to the next level. He had that much trust and love and respect for Mickey. So that's why he came here.
Okay.
All right. So that's a different situation.
It's a transfer wide receiver.
No. He followed a coach.
Okay.
Just like Pennant followed his coach to Washington. It's more so that being buried or being low on the depth chart. That's the point that I'm making.
I would say
that's what you need to understand.
I would say that these players have confidence in Matt Rule.
I didn't say that's a different argument. I didn't say that. That's a totally different narrative. I didn't say that. It's a totally different. They did not coach these kids at Oregon or Wyoming or Texas. No,
they did not.
Okay, so that's a different narrative. That's all I'm telling you. These kids are leaving because they were not good enough to play where they were playing. That's why they left.
I think it's better opportunities.
Okay, I'm not going to argue with you over semantics. I don't know if we mean better opportunities.
Better opportunities.
Oregon was better than us. Texas was better than us. So, no.
But if they have, I don't know what their depth chart looks like, but if they have two guys who are sophomores who are getting more playing time, you're going to have to
Wait, so they got two guys that are sophomores.
I don't know. I don't know. I was saying if they do.
Well, you need to know
I
those
don't know.
things.
I don't know what grade or how old the guys that they have in their running back room, but he comes in. He's more than talented because he played in a couple of games for them. He had, I think, about 140 some yards on.
Like I don't know their situation. I'm just saying.
But that's what I'm saying.
But I do know this: when someone leaves a program, they're unhappy. More than likely, they're unhappy. Now, obviously, sometimes here's a prime example: Manning is staying at Texas, right? Ewers is going to play another year, maybe not, but he's staying there. He's not going to the portal.
No.
Okay.
Because he's next up.
He's next up.
But he knows he's next up.
He's not looking for an easier path. He's going to beat.
He's already in the easy path. He knows he's next up.
Well, if he's better.
No, as soon as Quinn Ewers leaves for the NFL next year, it's Arch Manning's team.
Well,
I don't care who they recruit.
That's because the backup left. So
even if he would have stayed, but that's why he left, is because he knows it's Arch Manning's team.
Okay, man. He didn't feel like he can compete.
You're not going to beat. You're not going to. To me, it's there. Regardless, you got that Manning name.
Well, I'm just telling you, dude. Like I'm telling you, it doesn't work like that in the mindset of these players, for the most part. Some players want an easier path than others. There's no doubt, and sometimes there is a better opportunity for you to go somewhere else and play. I'm not diminishing that one iota, but if you're leaving just because you're third or fourth on the depth chart and think you're not going to play, well, you know what? And you want to go somewhere and play to a lesser school and play because there's not as much talent, then yeah, I get that. That's all I'm saying. Now, are they better than what we have here? I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out if they can play. That's why I'd rather take my position versus your position. I'd rather evaluate a guy to see if he can play or not before I start naming out how many stars he has behind his name.
I was just giving you the stats. I was just giving you what he was.
The stats weren't that great.
Yeah, it got him to Oregon.
Well, it didn't. It got him there, but after that, what happened?
Well, now he's in Nebraska, and maybe he'll blow up. We'll see you next week. Rappin with Rico, former All-American quarterback Steve Taylor.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers,